Agora vamos a Minerália antes de chegar ao coisa. Filho, é só andar direto, estás perdido?
Drew said I could get my bow upgraded in there. I'd be able to tinker with my other gear too.
Savior. Wanna come in, Savior?
O que é aquilo? Aquilo deve ser para ir até com o Aaron, não? Ou é aqui? É, já descobrimos. Nova missão ali dentro.
Welcome to Chainscrape, Savior.
Open up, guys. Dwarf's orders.
Good enough for me.
By the forge.
Petra?
Aloy, what are you doing here?
Olha, esta era a primeira.
Time there was something worth looking at in this dump.
Por acaso acho que não fiz a missão dela na playthrough que foi para o canal. Mas encontrei-a no final que ela aparece na última missão de qualquer maneira.
Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this place.
Yeah, I heard. Machines, work stoppage.
Oh, those are just the latest malfunctions. Chainscrape's always been a few tools short of a kit. And right there is the biggest tool of all.
Our land, not our problem. The Bristlebacks are everybody's problem.
Ulvund?
You've heard of him,
Yeah.
but he's a story best told over a cold beer.
Petra. I'm just passing through.
Ah, filha.
I'm headed west.
Ser educada.
Oh,
There's an embassy at Barren Light I need to make happen, and then I keep moving.
ah, of course. Bigger gears to grind. Well, Flame Hair, good to see you. You've got to move on.
Petra.
But if you want a cold beer and a few laughs with an old friend,
Tá, se já
come
lá
find
vou
me at the
ter.
brewery. Your choice.
Eu já lá vou ter. Tu tens de meter mais medo nessa cabeça.
Sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
Ah, pois é. Para.
I am most certainly so. Watch as I walk. In a Stritish.
One drink for other me.
Já está o workbench. E agora tenho as flechas ácidas. Fixe. Ui, pera, posso fazer uma segunda? Na segunda só aumenta o nível, é? E o deste? Aumentar resistências também é bom. Olha, ainda bem que andei a apanhar aquilo porque agora vou precisar, né? Aloy. Aloy. Diz que ainda posso fazer mais uma, é? Isto era literalmente fazer as armadilhas. Ok.
This should be useful. Now
Tá
I just need
fixe.
to find Erend and help him clear the Bristlebacks.
Deixa cá ver este.
Shop looks closed.
Yep.
Can I still use the workbench?
Ups,
ain't gonna stop.
já usei.
Sorry about that.
Shop's closed, Red. You're welcome to use the
I'll
workbench.
close it, Hammerhead.
Best I can do.
Joke's on you, Hammerhead. Well, I'm
Ok. O que é o meu depósito?
wrong with my face.
Fine day for poor singing, I say.
Why are you so loud?
How am I supposed to work with a hammer in this state?
Greetings!
Ignoring me again?
Till
Eu não sei o que é que vou deixar aqui. Ainda não sei o que é útil e o que é que não. Espera, eu preciso encontrar uma shop.
no one's working.
Not again.
Olá.
Yeah, you.
Don't mind this lot.
Yeah.
They smell bad, but they'll do in a pinch.
Sister! Over here!
Not again.
Não?
I'd buy you a drink, but I'm not exactly made of shark.
Filha, eu não quero falar contigo, quero falar com ele.
That's Ulvund and his cronies here.
Não dá. Dois estão bloqueados.
Aloy, change your mind. About that brew?
Mudei, mas queria ver outra coisa primeiro.
Come for that beer after all, eh?
Claro que sim.
Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the Bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Ulvund grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Ah, don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
So the Bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Bom dia.
Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But I heard talk of some vanguards trying to take them down.
Did they come through here?
Stopped by briefly for supplies. Ulvund was none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the Bristlebacks are gone.
But how could Bristlebacks and the Daunt help Ulvund?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the Bristlebacks came from, Ulvund has taken to blaming the Karja for him. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give him half a reason, they'll blame the Karja for anything.
Damn Karja slavers.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back, but realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
Yes, Ulvund?
So about Ulvund.
Around here, everything's about Ulvund.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
Okay.
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Ulvund?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Ulvund has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
Yeah.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
Tá fixe. Agora temos 2 missões secundárias aqui antes de seguirmos para a próxima. E também queria experimentar aquele jogo, mas quero gravar primeiro. Deixa cá ver o que é que este diz. Buenos dias, Matezinhos.
Hey, Milduf. Milduf. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again.
You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Ulvund didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me.
Mas o que faz a melhor comida aqui é isso.
Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Are Ulvund's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvund discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals, not trouble.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they liked my food. Or the ale.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Ulvund or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems.
Nós temos umas coisas dessas.
As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Milduf. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
O que é que me falta?
If you say so.
Já tenho.
Already got him.
Ah, hello again. How goes your search?
About that. I should be going.
Right.
Não tem.
Easy there. through the scrap piles for a metal panel. I think I have everything I need for Milduf.
Já tinha,
Good
mas
thing,
pronto.
too. I could use a decent meal. Hope this tastes as good as it looks.
Yay!
Ah, there you are. I happen to receive another visit from Ulvund himself. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm
Ah,
listening.
ordelha-se.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt
Ok.
instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess.
Tá bem, vá.
I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
Wow. Milduf, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on the house.
Thanks.
Nice.
And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again.
Bom, homem.